joking, guys. We're going to have fun. Now, as many of you may know, the Daintree is one of the oldest tropical rainforests in the world. It's the second most endemic species in the world. Just behind New Caledonia, so that means most species can only be found over here. Now, did you guys see the flood mark over there? Pretty insane. Now, on one side of the river, popped it a little bit more, and that was the side over here. Now, that side of the river used to look exactly the same as that. It's 2 meters of rainfall in 2 days. It does make it good for snake spotting though. Common species that we've got on the river bank is the tree snake, common tree snake, which is black with golden belly, and the amethystine white, which is about third largest constrictor, 8.5 meters with a complete tone, not the length of the body. She had about 38 hatchlings over here. The previous 3 years we had the low hatchling, the floods washed well the hatch, and the survival rate on these hatchlings was 100%. So we'll keep an eye out as we grow along. very special if we do manage to see one. Now they use a compost nesting system where they've scratched together biodegradable material, and as that breaks down, it generates heat. Now it is an exact science. Between 28 and 30 degrees, you've got predominantly female hatchlings, which is good for the breeding stock. 30 degrees, it's about 50% female, 50% male. And then over 31 degrees is all male hatchlings. They can also self-regulate population density, so what the mother will do, the population is too dense and they've got a food scarcity problem, she'll eat all the hatchlings. Now she usually sticks around for about 2 months. Bruce had her hatchlings late February, but she's a good dog, she's been sticking around. The hatchlings also completely self-sufficient.
Do you see that other thing moving in there?
What do we see, guys?
I don't know. Maybe a snake, something moving.
Maybe a baby?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go have a look. Don't be shy, point it out, guys.
I don't know. A little thing wiggling around. So those snakes were
You're gonna make you mad. Yeah, I think you're seeing stuff, Mom.
They saw it too. It was very small.
Now winter's a good time to see these crocodiles. As the water cools down, their main priority is catching a suntan. They're exothermic, so they regulate their body temperature as well as the sun does. Heat from the sun, cold from the water. Although the danger of this 140 kilometers long, we can actually only navigate about 25% of it. It's rather shallow, and we've got a 3.5 meter tide, as you'll see now. The tide's already out. If we do get stuck up on a sandbank, saw something to put up
I don't think anyone's jumping out to help.
There you go. So you see that log in the water over here, horizontal, about in the middle of it. If you look back, there's another log going horizontally, and then there's one going upright. Now the hatchling is just at the base of the one going upright. You'll see the tail. Yeah? If you do see it and the person next to you doesn't see it, just point it out, guys. And hold on, because we're going to get close and I'm going to have to maneuver. Just watch your arms, guys.
I don't see it.
Where'd it go? Oh, right there. See this log going up in the water? Do you see it? Right there. On the log.
On the log?
Look, right there. On the log. And I think going up.
Oh yeah, I see it now.
Get it on your GoPro. See it? Yeah.
Well, we're probably gonna want to sit down now.
Did you see it? Oh god. Okay.
He got a little seat on the log. That log going up.
That log.
Right there, right there.
Everybody see it?
On that log going up.
Oh, I did see it. Right?
Oh, uh-oh.
Get to see it? Yeah.
I know his mama comes out. What are you doing?
That is very special. So,
Another one right there. Where?
yeah, brilliant. Now that is my favorite part of these tours, guys. It is very special, it's very rare. The previous 3 years we didn't have any. There's no guarantee that we're going to have any in the coming years. And that survival rate is so low that there are not many of them around.
It's just chilling there. Right? Sitting right there.
And you asked how you squatted too, right?
Did you see it?
It looks like I just want to hold one.
You guys want to get close in here? Yes, yeah. Just hold on, guys. If you fall over, I look really bad.
So do we.
Can you see that?
Not really.
What are the red flowers? The red berries?
Just a quick little point.
Now they do grow rather slowly. The females are sexually mature at 14 and the males at about 16. They can grow, yeah. Yeah, I've got a couple of hatchlings over here, just behind the big horizontal log that's still just under the water line. Love it if they make it. I'll keep it.
Oh,
That is a good one though, I love it.
let's move on. Turn.
The crocodiles are all super exciting, but the Daintree River is actually world renowned for its mangroves as well. We've got 34 out of the 69 global species in this river system. They do vary as you go from the mouth. Further up at the mouth, you've got 3 coastal species. Mangroves. Yeah. And as you go further up where it becomes fresh, we've actually got no mangroves. And it's not because mangroves can't survive in the fresh water. It is because the tropical plant growth is better adapted for those conditions. They take up the real estate. Now this is an estuarine environment. We're about 12 kilometers away from the river mouth. And they've had to adapt to that. Now you'll see over here to the right, those are not broken sticks or dead trees, those are actually nematophores. That is part of the mangrove root system, and they use that for gaseous exchange. Now they use these nematophores because their root system is submerged most of their life cycle. They've also got another adaptation. They've got salt glands and what's called sacrificial leaves. We'll get back to that. Have a look to the right.
See it?
Drying off after the morning.
I got it.
So they don't have any oil in their feathers, which allows them to swim down to the bottom and they actually hunt underwater. So where the egret is above the water and darts down with its beak, this guy swims down and hunts down there. Now before he flies again, he's got to dry off his feathers.
He's just right.
Good legs up, guys.
Now he's similar to the cormorant, which some of you might know, but most notably he's got a longer, thinner beak.
Mom's like, I want to pet him.
He's so fuzzy. That's so cute.
God, that's fluffy.
He's pretty.
We should name him Fluffy.
Yeah, that's kind of creepy.
Notice to our left-hand side, you've got the Alligator mountain range. It's named after a Swedish princess, that must mean something. In that mountain range, we've got Thornton Peak as well. So it's just on the cloud cover there. You don't often see the summit, but it is Queensland's third highest summit, 1,374 meters above sea level. Now that mountain range gets 9 meters of rainfall a year. The catchment area for this river is about 2,000 acres. So it's definitely a tribute to great deal. Landmass on our 1 o'clock, that is actually an island. It is called Pig Island. Pioneers are great at pioneering, but in my opinion, it's always the greatest diving thing. There's a people though, back in the day, they were just little pigs, but in the last couple of floods, all the pigs actually washed away. Yeah, not so good for the pigs, but great for the crocodile. There's a kingfisher as well. Now the back side of the boat's coming in line with it. It's about 1.5 meters above the water. And then flies back. That's a lure kingfisher. It's one of the most common ones over here. We've got 10 species of kingfisher. The sacred being the rarest.
It's behind.
You probably have to stand up.
Watch your arms, guys. It's just not worth losing it.
Oh, I see. It's like kind of more of a grass. Right straight ahead, You see it?
Oh yeah, I see it now. That's a little birdie. A little birdie.
Sitting on the roots of the mangrove.
Yuck.
just off the boat this morning, and it's just all over.
Eye drying, but yeah, they're in good place. I'm blind, so I'm like just trying
Right.
to. I do videos, so then later I can zoom in.
Zoom in and see.
That's a different one, isn't it? That's the forest one. Different species. There's another kingfisher just behind us. Yeah.
My kid makes me so
No, it's nice.
sitting right on the end of that tree branch.
Oh yeah. Kind of the dead branch sticking up to the right.
Comes and goes, and the salinity does vary a bit, but it's salty. Not too bad.
The freshwater crocodiles, yeah. But you don't get them here. They would be higher up in the mountains and they go into the freshwater. It's
Salt.
right,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's right.
Just rolling along, just upstream side about monsoon. She's heading
Yeah.
upstream slowly.
Yeah.
Now this species of crocodile, Crocodylus parasus, is the largest in the world. Even bigger than the Nile crocodile.
Really, Mom?
And they can actually cohabitate. We just don't have the freshwater ones around here because it just becomes too cold when you go further. So you've got heaps of them in the northern territory where they have warm water. Earlier the week. Yeah. Hopefully we're lucky. But we're already being spoiled. Like, usually we're on the other side of the island by now.
Yeah.
So we'll see where we can make up time, but otherwise,
I don't mind.
brilliant. I don't mind either. Yeah. Never gets old. I did study, but I did my master's degree in fishery science. So not over this, yeah, you learn, read the books, speak to the locals. Still learn every day. Definitely don't learn everything. Not even a fraction of it.
Oh, there's something poking out.
Now it's gonna get tight here, guys. If sticks do come through and it's coming straight for your face, please move. You will be surprised. And if it is winding up, so it's bending back on the side, step back. Don't try and catch it. Don't try and stop it with your hand. Just step back.
Alright, thank you. Number 2 to 2, come home empty.
Loads of them in here.
Yeah, 100% right.
Because it's windy as well.
Yes,
Yeah.
100%. It is challenging conditions to see them out on the banks. Maybe as the tide goes down, they might be up. But yeah, you're 100% right with that.
So we're more looking in the water.
Yeah, so you might see them swimming along the river banks. You won't often see them in the middle
Oh no, I didn't drop the camera.
Okay. No, she placed that down.
That's how I
Okay.
You did tell us that. You gave us fair warning.
Yeah, it looks pretty much like most of these logs on the side. You'll see like 10 logger dogs, these actual crocodiles. Or they'll be sitting up on the bank. The tide is quite up now, so they'll probably just be out of the water with the first half of their body as the tide goes down. Then they completely dry, catch their sun, and the tide comes up again, they'll probably move unless they get too hot and they'll go for a bit of a swim again.
Actually, if you enlarge the picture you've taken of the baby, it looks exactly the same.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, on the body proportions.
Yeah.
Exactly the same, isn't it? Just bigger.
Yeah, and it's insane that they start off so small.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can see the big fella today.
I hope so.
We didn't see him. Haven't seen him the past couple of days. We think they're busy having a feed in one of the creeks.
Ah, maybe
So
a
they'll
cow.
probably drag something up into the creek, and then that's what they do if they make a kill that they can't eat at one sitting. They'll drag it up into the creek, and we'll go past one of the ones that are commonly known for it, and they'll consume it over the next couple of weeks.
Away from tourist eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just smell it.
That looks like a hand
It
right there, doesn't it?
The eyeballs on this
Yeah.
log.
I was like, wait.
Yeah, it looks like
Whoa. Nothing so far. I really want to see an alligator.
I don't know who of you know Call of Duty, but they actually, yeah, what is this guy what about? They actually recorded the soundtrack for one of their maps in this little creek back there.
Oh.
Yeah. It was raining as well, so you got the drops going down where it comes and goes, but yeah, the boss said they charged them way too little. Okay,
Sure.
yeah, no worries. You want to record something with that?
Next time,
$40.
right?
Yeah. Now all 34 species of mangroves do have two things in common when it comes to their fruit and seeds. One being that they float, and two, they've got enough nutrition to sustain themselves for several weeks. Now, coming up on our right hand side over there, we've got an apple mangrove. It's got a small green fruit that looks like a little apple, and it is actually edible. Although I've heard it tastes terrible, it is full of vitamin C.
You ever tried one?
No, I haven't.
Right?
The disappointment that, alright, we'll try and get our hands on one. My favourite though is the cannonball mangrove. Now it's about the size of a grapefruit with a hard outer shell, and as the fruit matures, gas builds up on the inside. When it's ready to go, it actually bursts open and disperses the seeds all over the place.
Yeah, that's cool.
The engine just like doesn't start.
Now, the tree on the right hand side with the small leaves, that is our apple mangrove. Try and see if we can get one of the fruits off.
There, little fruits up there. Little green. The small Granny Smith. Yeah.
Let's try.
Let's try. Such a guy thing, right?
That's what
Let's
they
see
do for
if we
fun
can
out
do it.
here.
Yeah. Right.
Risk our life to
Us
get a
girls
fruit.
are like, it's not that important.
Uh-oh, he's actually gonna try.
While you're looking up there, I look at there.
No way. You're gonna have to like Tarzan that.
Yeah.
Like there's no way.
Yeah, the guy that actually did my training, he's amazing, Craig. He, like on the first day when I was doing it, he was climbing up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You'd have to like
I
do.
was just like, mate, do you expect me to do this?
Right, like you're signing my contract.
We will find something floating in the river though.
Get that one up there. It's like real life jungle cruise.
Except more dangerous.
Yeah, the animals aren't bait.
These woods are beautiful, aren't they? On the left, it's mangrove. They're amazing.
100%.
Yeah.
So we've got the
Yeah.
stilts, we've got tomatophores, the little tubes coming up, then we've got the stilt roots, like those. And,
Yes, I think it is.
Yeah, good spot.
Yeah, good spotting. There's another one right around the brown.
I need my hands for
so I haven't measured it.
And there's another one. See the seed, the long bean up there? Yeah, that's the new seed. It'll just drop down and get stuck in the mud and then become that stilted mangrove. That's how they multiply. It's like an instant tree. It's got roots and it's got flowers on top of it. Yeah, the seed does. Yeah, it's like an instant.
Yeah, I see that too. Is that something?
Long.
Oh yeah,
They're
is
one
that?
straight ahead
That's
on the right.
That is.
So that is most probably Scooter, one of our females.
Scooter.
Now you'll have a look at the little fins on their tails. Those are called scoots. 30 years ago, the government caught 3 juvenile crocodiles and they cut the scoots off.
Oh.
Just a couple. It didn't impair the crocodile.
Oh, okay.
And that was to measure their growth rate. So now, out of the 3, Scooter was the only one that did survive, and she decided to come reside over there. You see him, Ellie? The crocodiles are very difficult to handle. Their muscle fiber twitch is super quick, so they build up lactic acid very quickly. So they can actually kill themselves if they go for prey that overexerts them.
Oh, wow.
Too much lactic acid build up and they'll die. And same with handling them.
Is that the average height or length?
Yeah, she's a fully grown female. So the males grow up to 6 meters, but the females only grow to 3 meters. You'll notice on the left-hand side of her tail, it's missing a scoot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, she's a pretty girl.
Yeah, she is. Scooter's one of the nicer ones.
She's
There's,
a nice one.
yeah, we've got like the big female. Her name's Dusty Rose, and she's just super aggressive as well. Throws her weight around and bullies the other girls a bit. She's not very nice.
So do you have gators in Australia, or is it just crocodiles?
Only crocodiles.
No,
Only crocodiles. Okay. Coming from Florida, I'm like, she's so tiny. She's like a little baby because we have gators.
Yeah.
That are
Yeah, you do.
huge.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Yeah,
She's
hopefully
just-
we see one of the males. It's quite insane to think that they do breed with such a big size difference.
Right.
Like, our dominant male. His name's Scarface. Hopefully we see him. We're about in his territory now. He's probably about 5 meters long. He weighs 700 kilograms.
Wow.
Yeah, and he's estimated to be between 70 and 80 years old. So they grow till about 90. And we can estimate their age by looking at their teeth. So they're born with 3 sets of teeth. As they grow older, they lose them. Scarface has no teeth left.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he was still able to take a cow off of the riverbank not too long ago.
Oh my goodness.
He was able to do that because he's got the strongest bite force in
Alligator?
animals. 3,000 pounds per square inch. Now a human has a bite force of 150 pounds per square inch. And a bull shark, 500 pounds per square inch. So substantially higher.
Right.
And what
So what they do is they grab,
3,000, is it?
yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Right. That's crazy. Yeah.
Wow.
You'll notice those little bumps in her back. Now those are called osteoderms, they're bone-like structures. And they go down into the tissue, and they've got capillaries around them, and they act as solar panels, so they just accelerate the blood heating process.
Oh my God.
Oh my god, we're getting closer. Mom's like, this is close enough.
I mean,
She's got such a lovely trim figure, hasn't she? Really
No.
beautiful.
Yeah, feel free to move around, guys.
I will.
it's fine, right? She's just a little baby.
Good.
She's not even moving.
Yeah, that's what she wants you to think.
I'm afraid of birds. Thank you very much.
What's it
You're like, oh,
Okay, but you're all cash about the, about the.
Well, I grew up in Florida.
I know, I'm just saying,
We have gators that are like.
Happy dog of the
Say,
river.
you're not,
But I think they are not as aggressive as this species. In overall,
Yeah.
you know, in general.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna go pet her by any means. Like, I don't want to.
Yes, that would take a limb.
And I've been to a crocodile farm further south, and I never knew that the females would also fight, and they fight the females as well.
Yeah.
Because I always thought it's only the males, but the females can also be quite aggressive.
Right.
Especially when they have eggs.
Yeah. I mean, like I said,
Not
we
as
can be
this time
friends
of
from
the year.
afar.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go like have lunch with her or anything.
but you're very, you know, calm about this all, and I'm just like, yeah, that's fine.
As we exit the channel over here, to your left-hand side, you'll see more of those cannibal mangrove fruit. They are about 10 meters from the water. You'll have to look up. Have a look as we approach, and then when we do leave out the back.
What I really like is about these cruises and the guides, because they work all the time, they observe the behaviors of the animals. And so, okay, this is a nice little stranger, it's more docile, this is
Right.
more aggressive. They get to know their characteristics.
Right.
And it's amazing how they're all so different.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Yeah. Because we think, oh, crocodiles are crocodiles.
Right. Like, I don't trust you girls
To know
out
their
there.
personality as well.
hey, your stuff's gonna fall from your
Yeah.
Can you close it?
Oh yeah, always.
And so, you know, most animals are just protecting themselves.
Oh, exactly, and it's survival.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not like, I know, you know,
No.
like, you get my turn.
I think the bird is really unlucky, you know. But how can you say it's survival?
creek on the right over here. That is called Stinky Creek, another beautiful name thanks to the pioneers. Again applicable. When I was telling you earlier about how the crocodiles make a kill that they can't consume in one sitting and they drag it up, so traditionally they'll drag it up into this creek over here. So the smell usually is quite rich.
Oh.
Something dropped in the water.
That's the apple from the apple mango.
Apple
The fruit from the apple
mangroves,
mango.
yeah.
Now pretty much in the middle of Scarface's territory. He's got a territory of about 10 kilometers. The males are super territorial and they will fight to the death. And he's got about 10 mates. Now all his mates were pretty loyal to him, but last season we did catch Charlotte mating with another male called Lumpy.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's a scandal of the river.
Now Scarface is getting old and he's got an abscess on his bottom left jaw. Crocodiles are protected, we can't interfere in any way. We just have to let nature take its course.
But did you not disappear for a while and then came back?
Scarface.
Was it Scarface?
I know that
Because he was missing.
Nate and Lumpy, the other two big males, have been going. So
yeah.
Nate's actually gone at the moment. And I
Ah.
haven't seen Lumpy in ages.
Was it Lumpy maybe the one
yeah.
that was missing?
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh yeah. Fine.
Yeah.
One over here.
Everybody's all excited now. They're like, I found
Oh
one.
yeah.
Chunky.
You big boy.
Now that, ladies and gentlemen, is the king of the river. That is Scarface. It's good to see him again. Didn't see him the past couple of days.
No, I haven't seen it last time either.
And that's probably it. Going to be his spot for the day. As the tide goes down, that's where he's going to catch his tan. Now it's called Scarface. You'll see along his jaws, he's got these white marks that actually battle with. Now you'll see a lot of the large males with the limbs missing. That's because of territory fights. Scarface still has all his limbs, so you can assume he's won all his fights. Now your average crocodile needs to eat about 1 to 2 kilograms of food a week to sustain itself. Scarface will probably need about 5 to 6 kilograms of food to sustain itself a week. But if they do have a big feed and food is scarce, they can go up to 12 months without eating. They do that by bringing
Hey
it.
Scott, this bus is just showing up, so let me use the bathroom and then give you numbers and send them down.
Now you'll notice they're not bothered by the boats at all.
No.
The reason being these boats have been operating in the river for so long, they're pretty much part of the furniture. And the founders of these organizations did make a conscious decision not to feed them, interfere with them, make them do tricks, throw things at them, all of that. So we are quite fortunate to see them do their natural thing in the natural environment without being bothered by us. He's estimated to be between 70 and 80 years old.
Wow. He's on fire.
Yeah, but that's okay. By all means, ask away.
So he's at this age, he's still the king of the river, huh? But it's probably getting harder and harder for him to.
It'll be a synergistic process. So you'll probably, if he becomes too sick or too old to defend his territory or get pushed out into worse real estate, food's not going to be as abundant. He's going to continue to get sick, might be injured in the actual fight, and then eventually he'll die either from infection, injury, starvation.
So we can
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what does happen in the next couple of years. It could be the next decade for we. You know, everything's estimates. So you could be 40. Probably not. He's got no teeth left, but you know what I mean? It's not all concrete. Like once you move over to that corner.
It's amazing. I mean, seriously.
You'll notice on the top of the head, that's their ears. Not really good for much. So they rely on visual cues and vibration. They've got seismic sensors, as well as smell. They've got glands at the bottom of their neck, and that comes into play in breeding time. So two of the common cues when it comes to vibration is the jaw slap, where the big males slap their bottom jaw on the water, sends out a big vibration. The other males know. He's saying, did you hear that? Did you feel that? Look at me, I'm massive. Look at my jaw. Come over here, I'm going to fight you, I'm going to eat you. And then the other one, which you might have seen on TV before, is when they vibrate their back like that and it looks like raindrops from the water, and that's part of the mating dance. And the visual cues, the most common one is gaping, where they'll open up their mouth and you'll see this yellow-orange color in contrast to their darker color. And that is again to notify you, like, hey guys, I'm around, I'm a crocodile, look at all these teeth. I'm going to use it if you come closer.
We should do that.
And then they also blow bubbles out of their nose during the mating time. It's part of the mating dance.
Bubbles. How romantic is that? They're going to be his.
This girl will definitely like me if I blow some bubbles.
Take your backpack out.
Watch the water. Watch your bag.
Oh, bags off the wall.
Oh. Doing some donuts.
Scarface is sitting next to Charlotte. Now the females do cohabitate, they are not territorial. But Dusty Rose came swimming around the corner and she did not like it at all. She actually ended up attacking Charlotte, chasing her away.
Oh, right.
It does, this is so dry. So
Telenovelas.
That's the gaping. Now often they'll position themselves facing the water or the threat and commence the gaping, but I reckon she's a bit lazy and she knows who we are. She's just cranky. So when they do strike, they strike at 12 meters per second. So it's the length of the boat in a second, but it's obviously not the whole 12 meters. So they are lethal within 4 meters of the water's edge. So call it 4 meter strike in a fraction of a second.
Oh, the coconuts, yeah.
Yeah.
And they can jump their whole body length out of the water.
Yeah, up to the hind legs.
Up to the...
Yeah, but I mean that's still a lot. For her, she can reach over here.
I've seen it in the Northern Territory where they do the whole
The feeding.
which I don't agree with totally.
Yeah, it's
I
good in the
think
zoos.
But it's good to see. It's very impressive.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's wow. Yeah. Yeah.
We'll find some footage online as well.
Yeah, it's amazing. I've seen it. Yeah.
Where they grab the flying
so
foxes
scary.
out of the overhanging mangroves.
Yeah.
So they release
Yeah.
stuff here.
Yeah, it's
And the
scary.
crocodiles will aggregate at the bottom, and if one is hanging low enough, they actually
They
jump up and
jump
grab
up. Yeah.
Wow.
It's scary, seriously, because you see them like that. No, they're so docile, you know,
Right.
they're sleepy, they're lazy.
One of the people on our trip that we looked at that said, you know, if the Australians tell you to be careful, you should really
Yes, that's true. They are masters of conservation of energy.
Yeah.
Learn from them. Economy of movement. Economy of energy. Conservation. Needed in the world. Really needed.
Although we don't have any more big red cedars along the river bank, you see this tall tree standing up here.
Yeah.
Now that is a multi-pine. It's one of our most primitive flowering plants. Although it's part of the pine family, it does have leaves and flowers instead of needles and pine cones. Keep in mind, this is one of the oldest tropical rainforests in the world. So you can imagine how old that is. Now there's two theories as to why it wasn't logged. One being that it was pretty light and porous, and two, the sap is actually an hallucinogenic.
He's chilling, isn't it?
These are the ones who were delayed in the 1960s and they developed this particular wear it on their hats. Killed, make them extinct almost. Extinction. Great to be good.
Right.
Yeah, I think we scared away the fish.
Yeah,
Thinking about it.
it's pretty locked in hopefully.
He's observing something in the water, I think. How he goes. Or he's playing.
Oh,
Playing dead.
He's actually on our payroll, he sits here and does it every day. Trevor over there, guys.
Yeah, we probably scared away what you looked at.
They eat baby crocodiles, these ones?
No, you wouldn't be able to.
No, too
No, I've
big.
actually seen one catch a fish.
Yeah,
A small archer fish that was about that big,
yeah,
but their body is pretty broad.
yeah.
And he let it go actually. He didn't sit and pick it apart, he just couldn't swallow it all, so he let it go.
But the chapter is
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
You'll notice to the right over here, got sugarcane flowers poking their head out. And the pioneers did try and farm all sorts of crops. Fruit and veg, etc. It's just the way everything wants to waste. So traditionally we've only got sugarcane and cattle farming in this area. To the left, you wouldn't say if I looked at it, but that is actually Australia's largest corporate community. 500 people live there, completely self-sufficient. And that ferry is the only way across the river.
Okay.
running since the 70s, and that's why this river has been unconquered. No man-made bridge has been built over it. And I don't reckon that it's
Coming around to my side.
yeah, I'm super stoked.
Oh,
because,
yes.
to be honest,
Yeah,
with this
yeah.
overcast, I thought it was going to be a bit tough.
Yeah, I hope so. Wow.
Now that is Charlotte. Charlotte and Dusty don't like each other.
She's a nice girl, I can kind of understand.
Charlotte. Yeah, Scarface probably just wasn't looking after her, I guess. Now, as the tide goes down, you do sometimes find them in pretty funny positions. Because they would be floating to a degree, and then as the water goes, you find them up on the bank like that. Yes, man, have a good one. Have you been down?
Yeah, it's pretty good. Have you been out? There's another one there.
Okay.
Now this eyesore over here is a great example of how rivers work. You've always got an encroaching bank that's moving towards one side and a retreating bank that's moving away. That's the encroaching side of there, so it's slowly moving towards us, and this side is slowly moving away. Now it's not one side all of the way, it does depend as the river bounces off the side. So if you do buy property, buy it on the encroaching side, the backyard's going to get bigger. in now and see if we do see one of the other big males. I haven't seen them around for a while. Haven't come out in ages.
Maybe a tree snake.
Yeah. Or a nice big amethystine.
I think I could see some.
not going to be the nicest.
You guys going pretty close to the lake? Yeah. Do World Heritage sites in one day. Alright. Just jump in your seats, guys, and hold on. I don't want you going over the front. You jump in a seat. Hold on.
Hold on, birthday girl.
With the inertia, you are going to want to go forward. I take no responsibility for forward. Somebody's got that recorded.
Camera's on.
Brilliant, thank you, mate. I'll be right.
ramp or this one here work fine?
Oh, okay.
You need one of them ramps or you can...
No, we can go. It opens up in the front. I'll be there in a second.
Oh, you need to.
So just push the. There you go. Yeah, it was really good.
Thank you so much.
Such a pleasure, guys. Enjoy.
Thank you.
Have a good day. Enjoy the rest of your trip.
Right?
Okay, Sean.
Successful mission, was it?
Yeah,